Hi everyone, Monisha here. So this is the first exercise of trigonometry. In this video, I'll be completing the whole exercise 11.1, which has 11 questions. So I'll be completing everything. So hope you have gone through trigonometric introduction. If you have gone through trigonometric introduction, you might have followed some trigonometric ratios, formulas. Only if you memorize that is able to do the problem very effectively. So let us start the session. So going to the first question of exercise 11.1. The first question is, in triangle ABC, right angle at B. So you have to concentrate on the first diagram here. So here the value for AB is given, AB is 24 and BC is given. You need to find out sin A and cos A. Okay, so you don't know the value of hypotenuse. First you have to find it out. Okay, so since it is a right angle triangle, we will find the hypotenuse by using Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras theorem states that hypotenuse square is equal to, that is AC square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides, that is AB square plus BC square. So here AC square we need to find out, whereas AB value is 24, so 24 square plus BC value is 7 square. So AC square is equal to 24 square is 576 plus 7 square is 49. So it will become AC square is equal to 625. So next, AC is equal to square root of 625. So the value of hypotenuse AC will become 25. Okay, first we need to find out the value of hypotenuse, that is AC. So next, the first question what I have given is, the first question is sin A. There is no addition or subtraction symbol here, plus or minus. It is simply comma. So we have to find out sin A and cos A separately. Okay, first one is sin A. From the introductory part video, in the first video which I have told you about the ratios of sin A, cos and all other trigonometric ratios. Okay, so sin A is nothing but opposite by hypotenuse. Okay, the ratio for sin A is opposite by hypotenuse. So here wherever a theta is there, so here sin A means at A side the theta will be there, the angle will be in theta side. So the side which is opposite to this theta, okay, the side which is opposite to the theta will be opposite side. So here BC is the opposite side. Next we know that hypotenuse is AC. Okay, hypotenuse is AC. So sin A, the value for sin A is, so BC value is 7 and AC value is 25. So the value for sin A is 7 by 25. Okay, so next we need to find out the value of cos A. So according to trigonometric ratios, cos A is given by adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, so sin A is opposite by hypotenuse, whereas cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. Here the adjacent side is AB, the base side. Okay, hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent. So adjacent is AB, again hypotenuse is AC. So cos A is equal to, the value of AB is 24, whereas the value of AC is 25. So the answer is 24 by 25. That's it. There is no other simplification. Just we need to write the value of those ratios. Okay. So next, the second problem. The second one is sin C and cos C. Since they have given C here, okay, C is there, the angle will be at C position. All the values remain as it is. So it will not change. The values will not change. Just we need to change A and C. The vertices we have to change. Since in the question they have given C angle. So since C is the angle here, we have to put the theta at C angle. So this side AB will become opposite. AB will become opposite, hypotenuse will remain same and BC will become adjacent. Okay. So moving on to the second sub question. Here first one is sin C. Sin C again it is opposite by hypotenuse. So here the opposite side will be AB. So whichever side is opposite to theta angle, then it is opposite side, that is AB, divided by hypotenuse will remain AC. Okay, so AB, here AB is 24 divided by 25. So this is the value for sin C. So next is cos C. So cos C is again adjacent by hypotenuse. So here adjacent side is BC and hypotenuse is AC. So cos C is BC is 7 and AC is 20. So these are the values for sin A, cos A, sin C and cos C. I hope you understood this. Please, you have to memorize all the ratios, complementary angles, the reciprocals, the table of it. If you memorize all these things, then trigonometry will be the easiest chapter ever. Okay. Moving on to the second question. So the second question is, in the given figure, find tan P minus cot R. So you have to be careful while solving these type of problems. It is tan P. So in the first case, at P side it will be theta, that is angle, and in the next it is cot R. So at R side it will be angle. Okay. So while we are doing the problem, you should be careful about that, about the opposite side and the adjacent side. Okay. Hypotenuse will always remain the same. So here two sides, the values of the two sides are given, the length of the two sides are given, whereas one side is not given. So since it is a right angle triangle, we can apply Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, here the side which is opposite to 90 degrees is hypotenuse. So PR square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides, that is PQ square plus QR square. Okay. So PR square is 13 square is equal to PQ is 12 square plus QR square. So 13 square is 169 is equal to 12 square is 144 plus QR square. So 169 minus 144 is equal to QR square. 169 minus 144 is 25. So in this next step, we can take square root of 25. That is QR is equal to square root of 25. Square root of 25 is 5. So the value of the side QR is 5. So next, we can find out tan P here. Okay. So tan P is equal to, so tan means opposite by adjacent. So the ratio of tan can be given as opposite by adjacent. Okay. So here tan P is there. So the angle will be at P. So the opposite side is QR. So the opposite of the angle will be opposite side. So opposite side is QR. So tan P is equal to opposite side is QR, whereas adjacent side is PQ, because PR is a hypotenuse. Okay. So PQ is adjacent side. Therefore the value of tan P will be, so QR is 5, which we have already found out, and PQ is 12. So tan P is 5 by 12. Since we already know the QR value, here tan R, sorry, cot R we need to find out. So cot R. So here, since the angle is at R, here R will become the angle of theta. So the side opposite to this opposite angle, or the theta angle, will be opposite side. Okay. So cot R is given by, cot is reciprocal of tan. If tan is opposite by adjacent, then the reciprocal will become adjacent by opposite. Okay. So cot is the reciprocal of tan. We know that cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta, or tan theta is equal to 1 by cot theta. So if tan P is opposite by adjacent, then cot R will become adjacent by opposite, right? So we have to write the value of it. Here adjacent side is, since R is here, this will become opposite and this is hypotenuse. So QR will be adjacent side, whereas this PQ will be opposite side. Fine. So the value of QR is 5 by the value of PQ is 12. So we got the value of cot R also. So we can't stop the problem here, because the actual problem is tan P minus cot R. Okay. So we need to solve it. Tan P minus cot R. So tan P is 5 by 12, whereas cot R is also 5 by 12. So plus 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12 get cancelled. So the value for tan P minus cot R is 0. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the third question. In third question, they give us sin A is equal to 3 by 4. Here I have taken a variable. Either we can take a variable or else we can just leave it as a number. It's not a matter of concern. Okay, here sin A is equal to 3 by 4. So calculate cos A and tan A. Okay, it's a simple question. So since one side is not given and it is a right angle triangle, we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Here 90 degrees here, so the opposite side AC will be the hypotenuse. So according to the hypothesis of Pythagoras, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. Okay, here AC, since I have taken a variable 4k whole square is equal to BC is 3k whole square plus AB square. So 4 square is 16k square is equal to 9k square plus AB square. So 16k square minus 9k square is equal to AB square. So it is 7k square. 16k minus 16k square minus 7k square is 9k square is 7k square is equal to AB square. So next I will be shifting this square this side, so it will become square root of 7k square. So since square is here, so the square root is related to both the numbers, that is root 7 and also root k square. Here root and square get cancels. So the value for AB, that is for the adjacent side, is root 7k. So plainly root 7k. Okay, so we got the value for the adjacent side. Here now we have to find out cos A and tan A separately. Okay, so first one is cos A. So cos A. So cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay, cos A, the ratio of cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. Here the adjacent side is, this is hypotenuse side, and the angle here A is cos A means A is the angle. So if A is the angle, then this will be the opposite side. So hypotenuse and opposite, so this will be the adjacent side. Okay, so adjacent side is AB, by hypotenuse is AC. Okay, so adjacent side AB is root 7k, which we have already found out. AC is 4k. Here kk get cancels. Therefore, cos A is equal to root 7 by 4. Okay. Next, second one is tan A. So tan A is opposite by adjacent. Okay. Here opposite side is BC and adjacent side is AB. Okay, so BC by AB. So the value for BC is 3k and the value of AB is root 7k. Here kk get cancels. Therefore, tan A is equal to 3 by root 7. Okay, so the value of cos A is root 7 by 4 and the value of tan A is 3 by root 7. I hope you understood this. Moving to the fourth question. The fourth question is 15 cot A is equal to 8. So we need to find sin A and secant A separately. Okay, again a right angle triangle, whereas one side is missing, so we can apply Pythagoras theorem. So here Pythagoras theorem, here AC is hypotenuse since 90 degree and the opposite side for 90 degree is the hypotenuse. So AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square is not given, so write as it is. Here AB is 8k, which I have taken a variable. You can take a variable or you can just write as plainly 8 plus BC 15k whole square. So AC square is equal to 8 square is 64k square plus 15 is 225k square. So AC square is equal to 64 plus 225 will become 289. So 289k square. So next we will be shifting this square to square root, 289k square. So AC is equal to root 289 into root k square. Here square and root get cancels. So the value for AC, that is the value for hypotenuse, is the root of 289 is 17. 17 square is 289. So when we take out 289 outside the square root, it will become 17k. Okay. So this is hypotenuse. So next we need to find out sin A and secant A. Okay. So first one is sin A. Sin A, the ratio is opposite by hypotenuse. Okay. So it is sin A. So the angle will be at A position. So opposite to this will be opposite side. So BC is opposite side. Divide by hypotenuse is AC. So BC is 15k by AC is 17k. So KK get cancels. Therefore, sin A is equal to 15 by 17. So the next, the second one is secant A. So we know that secant A is the reciprocal of cos A. Okay. Cos A and secant A are reciprocal to each other. So cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. So I will write it here. So cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse, and this secant A is reciprocal of cos A. Okay. So what happens? So if cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse, then secant A will be hypotenuse by adjacent. Okay. So hypotenuse by adjacent. So here hypotenuse side is AC and adjacent side is AB. So the value for AC is 17k by the value of AB is 8k. KK get cancels. Therefore, secant A is equal to 17 by 8. So this is the value for sin A and secant A. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the fifth question. The fifth question says that secant theta is equal to 13 by 12. So calculate all the other trigonometric ratios. So here only secant theta is given. So secant theta is 13 by 12. So secant theta is hypotenuse by adjacent. Okay. So the triangle which we have drawn. So here theta is on A side and BC is here. So since hypotenuse by adjacent means hypotenuse side is 12 and adjacent side is hypotenuse side is 13 by 12. So we need to find the opposite side. So this can be done by using Pythagoras theorem. So hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. So AC is 13. So 13 square is equal to AB is 12 plus BC we need to find out. So 13 square is 169 is equal to 12 square is 144 plus BC square. So 169 I will be shifting this 144 to left hand side. It will become minus 144 is equal to BC square. So 169 minus 144 is 25 is equal to BC square. So BC is equal to square root of 25. So BC is equal to 5. So the value of BC will be 5. So this will be 5. So next they have asked to find out all the trigonometric ratios. So all the trigonometric ratios in the sense we need to find sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, and finally cot theta. So sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse, cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse, tan theta is opposite by adjacent. So cosecant theta is the reciprocal of sin theta. So it is hypotenuse by opposite. Secant theta is reciprocal of cos theta. So hypotenuse by adjacent. And cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta. Therefore it is adjacent by opposite. So in the diagram, opposite by hypotenuse. Here opposite side is this side. So opposite is 5 and hypotenuse is 13. So cosecant theta is reciprocal of it. So 13 by 5. So next, adjacent by hypotenuse, that is 12 by 13. So it will be 13 by 12. So next, tan theta is opposite by adjacent, that is 5 by 12. So it will be 12 by 5. So these are the trigonometric ratios which we have to find out. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the sixth problem. If angle A and angle B are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos B, then show that angle A is equal to angle B. Okay. So here I have written two separate triangles in order to make you understand that cos A, here A will be the angle and here B will be the angle. So two separate triangles I have been taking. Okay. So here in the first triangle I will be taking the ratio of cos A. So here at this side angle will be there. Okay. So cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is, here it is opposite side hypotenuse and this is adjacent side. So AC by hypotenuse is AB. So cos A is equal to AC by AB. So next, in second term, that is cos B. Here cos B again adjacent by hypotenuse. So here in this figure, B will be the angle since the trigonometric ratio itself shows cos B. So adjacent by hypotenuse, here in this case cos B will become BC by AB. So as per the question, here they have given cos A is equal to cos B. So it is by data. Okay, cos A is equal to cos B. Here cos A is AC by AB and cos B is BC by AB. Here AB and AB get cancels. The remaining will be AC is equal to BC. So the third triangle you can notice here AC is equal to BC. Okay. If AC is equal to BC, then angles of the equal sides, if two sides are equal, then the angles pertaining to that will also be equal. This is a hypothesis of triangles. Okay. So angles of equal sides in a triangle are also equal. So AC is equal to BC. We have already proved that AC is equal to BC. So if these two sides are equal, then the angle pertaining to that sides are also equal. Therefore, angle A is equal to angle B. Okay, I hope you understood this. Moving on to the seventh problem. The seventh problem is, if cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, evaluate the first question and the second question is given. So the two questions we need to solve by taking the ratios, the value of the ratios first, so that we can substitute in these trigonometric ratios. Okay, so first we need to draw a triangle. So ABC, here cot theta. So I'll be taking theta this side. So theta. So if theta is here, then this will be opposite side. And 90 degrees there. The opposite side will be hypotenuse. And the remaining side will be adjacent side. So cot theta, the given information is cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So cot theta is adjacent by opposite. Okay. So cot theta is adjacent by opposite. So 7 by 8 here. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem in order to find the other missing side. So by Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. So AB square is equal to AC is 7 square plus BC is 8 square. So AB square is equal to 49 plus 64. So AB square is equal to 113. AB is equal to root of 113. So 113 is a prime number, there is no square root of it. So let it be AB is equal to root 113. So the value of hypotenuse became root 113. So now we need to solve for this. Okay. So let us write the first question. So that is 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. So here, so this question is in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So what is a plus b into a minus b? It is a square minus b square. So we can just change this whole question in the form of a square minus b square. Okay. So a is 1 and b is sine theta. So a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So in the denominator also we can apply the same technique, that is a square minus b square. 1 square is 1, whereas sine theta whole square is sine square theta divided by 1 minus cos square theta. So we know that sine theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite by hypotenuse, here opposite side is 8 and hypotenuse is root 113. So 8 by root 113, a square is there, so we need to write whole square. So in the same way, 1 minus cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, so root 113 whole square. Okay, so it will become 1 minus 8 square is 64, whereas in root 113 the root and square get cancels, therefore 113 remains. In the next case, 1 minus 7 square is 49, again root and square get cancels here and it will become 113. So when we take the LCM, it will become 113 minus 64 whole divided by 113 divided by 113 minus 49 whole divided by 113. So this 113 get cancels each other. Remaining is 113 minus 64 is 49 divided by 113 minus 49 is 64. So 49 by 64. So here this is the value of the first question. Okay, this is the value for the first question. Whereas moving on to the second question. Second question is simply cot square theta. We already know in the question they have given cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So cot square theta will be 7 by 8 whole square. So which will be 7 square 49 and 8 square is 64. So this is the answer for the second question. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the eighth question. The eighth question says that 3 cot A is equal to 4. So we need to find whether these two LHS and RHS are equal to each other or not. So we just want to prove it whether it is equal or not. Okay. So we have to solve it like that. So here the given information is cot A. Cot A is equal to, that is 3 cot A is equal to 4. So when I shifted 3 this side, it will become divided by, so cot A is equal to 4 by 3. 4 by 3. We know that cot A is adjacent by opposite side. So adjacent by opposite. So here adjacent is 4 and opposite side is 3. Okay. So now one side is missing, that is the hypotenuse side. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides. So AC square is equal to AB is 4 plus BC is 3. So AC square is equal to 4 square is 16 plus 3 square is 9. So AC square is equal to 25. AC is equal to square root of 25. So AC is equal to 5. So AC is equal to, this AC hypotenuse will become 5. So now I will be writing the LHS part of it, left hand side. So LHS is 1 minus tan square A divided by 1 plus tan square A. Okay. So tan. So the tan A is given by opposite by hypotenuse. Okay, opposite by hypotenuse, where cot A is adjacent by hypotenuse. So tan A will become 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 whole square divided by 1 plus 3 by 4 whole square. Okay, so 1 minus 3 is 9 by 16. So here 1 minus 9 by 16 divided by 1 plus 9 by 16. So by taking LCM, we will get 16 minus 9 by 16 whole divided by 16 plus 9 by 16. Here 16 get cancels each other. So the answer we got is 16 minus 9 is 7 by 16 plus 9 is 25. So this will be equation 1. That is the LHS part of it. So now we have to take the RHS part. That is cos square A minus sin square A. Okay. So before writing this, we can take the note of it. That is tan A is equal to opposite by adjacent. Okay, so opposite by adjacent is 3 by 4. That is opposite by adjacent. Okay, so next cos square A. Cos A is adjacent by opposite, and sin A is, wait a minute, so adjacent by hypotenuse, and sin A is opposite by hypotenuse. Okay, so cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. That is 4 by hypotenuse side is AC 5. So 4 by 5 whole square, since cos square A is there, and opposite by hypotenuse is 3 by 5 whole square. Okay. So next 4 square by 5 square will be 16 by 25 minus here 9 by 25. Since LCM is same, we need to retain the numerator as it is. That is 16 by 9, which is equal to 7 by 25. So which is equation 2. So from equation 1 and 2, LHS is equal to RHS. So LHS is also 7 by 25, RHS is also 7 by 25. Okay, therefore 1 minus tan square A divided by 1 plus tan square A is absolutely equal to cos square A minus sin square. Okay, this is possible only in the case of this. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the 9th question. 9th question says that in a triangle ABC, right angle at B. So B is right angle. So tan A is equal to 1 by root 3. We need to find out the values of these two questions. Okay. Here the given is tan A. So tan is given by opposite by adjacent. That is 1 by root 3. Okay. So here this is opposite side and this is adjacent side. So instead of 1 by root 3, I have taken k and root 3k. Just a variable has been taken. Okay. So one side is missing. So we can take by Pythagoras theorem. So here I have taken two separate triangles in order to make you understand that here one is A as an angle and another one is C. So if I take only one triangle simply, then you may get confused. Okay. So by Pythagoras theorem, we can find out a missing side. By Pythagoras, hypotenuse square, that is AC square, is equal to sum of the squares on other two sides, that is AB square plus BC square. So AC square we need to find out is equal to AB is root 3k whole square plus B is 1, that is also equal to k whole square. So AC square is equal to, here root and square get cancels, so 3k square plus k square. So AC square is equal to 4k square. So AC is equal to square root of 4k square, that is AC is equal to 2k. So the value of the hypotenuse will become 2k. Okay. So next I will be writing the first question to find out, that is sin A cos C plus cos A sin C. Okay. Here the values won't change. Here it will be root 3k, this is k, and this will be 2k. Again here this will be 2k and root 3k. Okay. So when C is asked, we have to look upon this triangle. When A is asked, we have to look upon this triangle, because here A is taken as angle and here C is taken as angle. So first is sin A. Sin A means this triangle you have to look upon. So sin A is opposite by hypotenuse. That is K by 2K into cos C. So cos C is adjacent by hypotenuse. That is K by 2K plus cos A. Here cos A. So cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. That is root 3K by 2K into sin C. Here sin C is opposite by hypotenuse. That is root 3K by 2K. Okay. So here KK get cancels. The remaining is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 is 1 by 4 plus root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2 is root 3 whole square by 2 square. So that is 1 by 4 plus here square and root get cancels 3 by 4. So here the denominator is LCM is same. So if LCM is and the denominator is same, if LCM and denominator is same means we have to retain the numerator as it is. So it will become 4 by 4 which is equal to 1. So for the first question, sin A cos C plus cos A sin C, the answer is 1. So next move on to the second question. The second question is cos A cos C minus sin A sin C. Okay. So first is cos A. Here cos A is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, that is root 3K by 2K into cos C. Cos C is adjacent by hypotenuse, that is K by 2K minus sin A. Here sin A is opposite by hypotenuse, that is K by 2K into sin C. Sin C is adjacent by hypotenuse, that is root 3K by 2K. Fine. So here again all the K get cancels. All the K's will get cancels each other. So remaining is root 3 into 1, root 3 whole divided by 2 into 2 is 4 minus root 3 into 1 is root 3 by 2 into 2 is 4. So root 3 by 4, root 3 by 4 get cancels each other. The remaining will be 0. So one thing you have to keep it in mind. So if you cancel root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4, the remaining will be like 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 will be 0. But in the case if you are dividing root 3 by 4 by root 3 by 4, what happens? You will be doing like 1s are root 3 by 4, 1s are root 3 by 4. So here the answer is 1. When you are dividing it, please don't write 0 here. Only while doing the subtraction the 0 will comes. Okay. Plus and minus. So plus 1 minus 1 is always 0. Okay. So when you are dividing, it should be always 1. And don't write 0 here. Okay. This is just for your understanding. Don't write this. I hope you understood the problem. Moving on to the 10th question. In triangle PQR, right angle at Q, PR plus QR is equal to 25 and PQ is equal to 5. PR plus QR is equal to 25 and PQ is equal to 5. So these are the only information they have given. We need to find out sin P, cos P and tan P. Okay. So let us take this PR as X. We don't know both the values of it. So let us take PR is equal to X. Okay. If PR is equal to X centimeter, then QR will become 25 minus PR. So QR will be 25 minus X. Okay. 25 minus X centimeter. So next, here PQ will be 5 and QR will be 25 minus X. So we need to find out by Pythagoras theorem. We need to find all the sides by Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, PR is hypotenuse. So PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. So PR we have taken it as X now. So X square is equal to PQ is 5 plus QR is 25 minus X whole square. Okay. So X square is equal to 25 plus here it will be in the form of a minus b whole square, that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. So x square is equal to 25 plus 25 square is 625 plus x square minus 2 into 25 is 50x. So x square get cancels. So remaining is 25 plus 625 will be 650 minus 50x. So when I shift this 650 this side, it will become minus 650 is equal to minus 50x. Here minus get cancels. The remaining will be x is equal to 650 divided by 50. So here 0 cancels. 5 1s are 5 3s are. So x will be 13 centimeter. Okay, x will become 13 centimeter. So if x is 13, then QR is equal to 25 minus x. Therefore 25 minus 13, that is 12 centimeter. So QR will become 12 centimeter. Okay. So now we need to find out P, sin P, tan P and cos P. So let us write a small triangle here. Okay. The triangle where P, R and Q were right angle at Q. So here it is a sin P, cos P and tan P. So angle will be at P. So the side opposite to this angle will be opposite side, and the side opposite to 90 degree is hypotenuse, and the remaining side is adjacent. Okay. So here the value of QR is 12, and hypotenuse. So hypotenuse will be PR. So PR, since we have taken PR as x, so PR is equal to x is equal to 13, and adjacent side PQ they have already given in the question, that is 5. Okay. The first thing we need to find out is sin P. Sin P is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So here opposite side is 12 and hypotenuse is 13. Okay. Next, the second one is cos P. So cos P is adjacent by hypotenuse. Here the adjacent side is 5 and hypotenuse is 13, 5 by 13. And the third one is tan P. So tan P is opposite by adjacent, that is 12 by 5. So we have found out sin P 12 by 13, cos P 5 by 13 and tan P 12 by 5. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the last question of this session. It is not a solvation section. It is just to say whether the given question is true or false, and we need to justify the answer also. Okay. So the first question is, the value of tan A is always less than 1. Okay. The value of tan A is always less than 1. This statement is false because the sides of a right angle triangle may have any length. So tan A may have any value, not just 1 or less than 1. It can be more than 1 also. Okay. So the statement, the value of tan A is always less than 1, is a wrong statement. So the answer is false. Moving on to the second question. The second question is, secant A is equal to 12 by 5 for some value of angle A. For some value, they have not asked that it is for all the values. They have not said that it is for all the values of A. It is for some values of A. Okay. Secant A is equal to hypotenuse by adjacent. As hypotenuse is the larger side, the ratio on RHS will be greater than 1. Okay. So hence secant A will be greater than 1. If we divide 12 by 5, it will be always greater than 1. Thus, the given statement is true. For some values of A, it can be 12 by 5. That is greater than 1 value. Okay. So moving on to the third question. Cos A is the abbreviation used for cosecant of angle A. We know there are abbreviations for cos, cot, tan, cosecant, everything. So abbreviation used for cosecant of angle A is cosecant A. COSECA is the abbreviation for cosecant A, cosecant of angle A. Whereas cos A is the abbreviation used for cosine of angle A. Hence the given statement is false. So cos A is for cosine of angle A, and cosecant A is for cosecant of angle A. Okay. So moving on to the fourth question. Cot A is the product of cot and A. So it is absolutely wrong because cot is incomplete without an angle. and it is not a product. It is cot, that is cotangent of angle A. Cot means cotangent of angle A. So cot A is not a product of cot and A, it is cotangent of angle A. Hence the given statement is false. So moving on to the last question of this session. Sin theta is equal to 4 by 3 for some value of theta. So the statement is false. Why? Because since the value of sin should be less than 1. You might have memorized the first line of trigonometric ratios, that is sin theta for 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. So it is like, it goes like 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1. So it will be less than or equal to 1. So the statement is false. I hope you understood this. So this was the last question, 11th question of this session of exercise 11.1. Exercise 11.1 has a total of 11 questions and this is the last one. If you have any queries or doubts, please comment me on the comment section. And also if you have any suggestion about the videos and about the teaching what I am doing, please comment me also. Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos.